Hey guys, this is David the Skin King from AcneErasingSecrets.com. Just making this quick video today to talk about does sleep affect acne and pimples? The question was, does lack of sleep or too much sleep affect acne, pimples, and skin breakouts? And that's a great question, so I'm going to talk about that today. The first thing that lack of sleep does in the body is it actually causes insulin resistance. Now, insulin resistance is basically when your insulin is not used properly, and your pancreas doesn't use the glucose. It doesn't use that as energy in your body, but instead the insulin resistance causes a hormonal imbalance in your body. So the first thing that a lack of sleep does is it causes an insulin resistance, which basically messes with your insulin levels and will cause your pancreas to not use the glucose like it should as energy, but instead it'll cause a hormonal imbalance. So that's the first thing lack of sleep does in the body, is insulin resistance. The second thing it does in the body is it actually causes the body more stress. One of the things that I find really interesting is your adrenal glands. When you're laying down or when you're hanging upside down, you're actually pretty much stress-free. So when you're laying on the couch or when you're hanging on an inversion table, which is basically a way to stretch your back, you can find those at sporting goods stores. It actually kind of like deactivates your adrenal glands so that you're stress free. So when you're actually sleeping and when you're laying down, you actually turn off stress. So when you get a lack of sleep, you're basically reducing the amount of time that you're reducing stress, if that makes sense. So by sleeping, you actually reduce stress. And stress is one of the causes of acne. Stress will slow the healing process in the body, so your skin will heal slower. And stress can also mess with hormone levels as well, so it can also cause hormonal imbalances in the body. So just by sleeping, you're actually reducing stress, and you're allowing your body to be calmer and to heal better. So insulin resistance is the first thing that it will cause a problem, which will affect glucose levels with the pancreas, and that will in turn cause will cause I forget what the name of it is, but that will cause a gland. The insulin resistance will cause a gland to actually produce more oil, which obviously when oil and bacteria are present, the acne can form and grow a lot easier. So insulin resistance is the first thing it does. Second thing it does is causes lack of sleep causes more stress in the body, which slows the healing process, and can also it'll slow the healing process, but the stress in the body can also mess with hormone levels as well. So both of those kind of tie in to affecting hormone levels in the body, which can in turn affect the production of oil on your skin and affect your acne. Other things that lack of sleep does, it can actually you actually can gain weight in terms of fat. So you can actually, if you lack sleep, you can actually become fatter as well. So just for keeping your ideal body weight, getting the amount of ideal sleep each night is important. And lack of sleep also can also be very, very closely linked to a kind of a negative attitude. Just kind of grumpiness, and I've heard this a lot, but I've researched it too. Just grumpiness, negative attitude, and even depression. So a lot of lack of sleep is linked to things that directly relate to causing acne and breakouts and pimples, or second-hand related. So, for example, lack of sleep may cause a negative self-attitude, or depression or grumpiness. And one of the things with acne is your emotional state a lot of times affects what your skin looks like. So that's one of the biggest barriers to get out of, to getting rid of acne and getting clear skin, is your emotional state is in such a negative place because you have acne and you see it every day in the mirror, and it makes you mad when you look in the mirror. But that kind of self-perpetuates the acne and the stress in the body and the imbalances, because your mind has a huge effect on your body, and your emotional state has a huge effect on your body as well. In fact, people that have cancer and all these different diseases, the biggest cause of those diseases can be directly from their emotional state and the stress in their lives and their emotional depression or whatever. So your emotional state is huge. Your emotional health is huge on actually your physiological health and well-being. So it's important to definitely get enough sleep each night. And it's not necessarily the amount of sleep you get, because quality is always more important than quantity. You have to always remember that in terms of health, in terms of life and time, and just really everything in life. Quality is always more important than quantity. So it's not about getting 12 hours of sleep a night. It's about getting quality sleep, because what happens is when you sleep, you get REM sleep, REM, which is rapid eye movement sleep, and that's the deep sleep. There's levels of sleep where you're in light sleep, and that's kind of where you're when you go into sleep and you're just kind of laying there, and you're like kind of in a. There's different brainwave states and all these different things, but basically the quality of your sleep is more important than the quantity of your sleep. Generally speaking, they say 8 hours is the recommended amount of sleep per night. It really depends on what the rest of your day is like too. Different factors play into it, like if you're sitting around the rest of the day, or you're exercising. There's a lot of different factors that come into play. But if you can, 8 hours a night is a good rule of thumb to follow. And if the quality of your sleep, you can kind of determine from there, because some people that have really studied this kind of stuff can actually sleep 3-4 hours a night. And that's totally fine for them, because the quality of their sleep is during that time. So they get their REM, the rapid eye movement sleep, and they recover during that time a lot quicker, so they can sleep a lot less. But since none of us here are probably sleep experts, we probably need 8 hours of sleep a night. So get 8 hours of sleep a night. And the other thing too is, and this is really interesting too, just for you to know, anytime when the sun goes down, when it's dark outside, your sleep is actually more valuable before midnight than it is after midnight. So what I mean by that is when you go to sleep at 11 instead of 12, that hour of sleep from 11 to 12 o'clock, that block of time, is actually going to be more beneficial to your recovery than the time you sleep after 12. So let's say you sleep from 11 to 8 a.m. That will be more beneficial than sleeping from 12 to 9 a.m. Even though it's the same 9-hour block of time, you're going to get more beneficial sleep when you get to bed earlier and get up earlier, because of our circadian rhythm and the way our bodies are engineered. Is that when the sun goes down, our body naturally, our brain waves, our all these different circadian rhythms, all these different things in our body, our temperature, all these different things change when the sun goes down and when it's dark outside. So when you get to sleep before midnight, before when it starts to get dark out, when you get to sleep earlier and get up earlier, it's actually more beneficial. And any time before midnight is beneficial, because that block of time is more beneficial to the quality of your sleep. So get to bed earlier, get up earlier. A lot of productive people do that. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't do that. I'm kind of a night animal, but I'm working on that more and more. So I'm definitely going to get to bed earlier and get up earlier. So definitely get enough sleep, drink enough water, stay healthy, stay fit. I'm going to talk about fitness and exercise in relation to acne, pimples, and breakouts in future coming videos, because I've learned a lot about that recently, thanks to a book I recently read, and I'll talk about that in future videos. So get more sleep, stay healthy, stay fit, and use natural organic skincare products. This is Dave the Skin King from AcneErasingSecrets.com. We're clearing the acne in the world 1% at a time, starting with you. Subscribe to my channel above, hit the yellow button if you want to learn more from the future videos. Hit like on this video, please hit thumbs up. I really appreciate the support and the help. Favorite this video, leave your comments, questions, thoughts, and feedback below. Thanks for your time. We'll see you on my website below. Have an awesome rest of the day. Bye.